application. And then actually you will see the next steps actually will be in these selections, etc. So really today is an opportunity for you to get more information about what is the objective, how do you fill out the form, etc. To be really a good participant in this process. So just to give you some background, so you saw already Rodney Grant, who's the chairman of the non-state actors panel of Barbados. This is actually a collaboration between three main partners. So it's the Barbados NSA panel, what we call the National Authorizing Office, which is basically based in this ministry, and is representing the government of Barbados. They are implementing the programs or managing the Barbados programs together with the European Union, and are actually our contracting authority. So this grant also is being managed by the contracting authority, which is the government of Barbados, and of course the European Union, which I represent today. So just to give a little bit background, so the European Union has already a formal relationship with Barbados since 1976, and actually has a very general objective of improving the quality of life in Barbados through targeted and sustainable programs. Now, an important issue to mention here is that the current grant facility is part of a wider program, a wider cooperation partnership program, which has a very specific focus with Barbados, which is the Human Resource Development Strategy. You probably have heard about it. It's really an important program to strengthen 5 specific pillars. One would be the environment for human capacity development, an improved international recognized national qualifications framework, demand-driven education and training program, a rationalized knowledge management system, and enhanced research and innovation. So actually the current program also, the current grant, is very much part of this overall cooperation, which is dealing with human resource development program. So, but specifically, actually, this grant facility has 4 objectives. So it is definitely, as you see, the first point, the human capacity development of non-state actors. But there's also another element of human rights. Basically, human rights, we discussed it also last week. It's not only about political rights, it's not only about the right to vote or the right for whatever. It's also economic rights, there are social rights. So, for example, the right to education can be a human right. So actually, it is really important for you to understand that human rights can be seen in a much wider angle than that you maybe have had in mind initially when you saw this here. Also, the capacity of NSA is to improve participation in delivery of development programs. So actually, this is general capacity building is also one of the and then the whole issue also is that we hope with this grant facility somehow to support innovation, to support sustainable programs, so maybe to plant a seed of a tree which may grow, which may amplify. So definitely this is also something we really would like to encourage through this facility. So basically, just maybe a last word. I think be creative. Try to think outside of the box when you submit proposals, but also really read very well the guidelines and the especially the part which would give you the scoring, because if you would apply your submission would be given kind of an evaluation, and an evaluation will contain a certain scoring. And it's really important actually that you really look very well, that you haven't forgot any of the checklists. That's why actually during this information meeting, the contracting authority, the National Authorizing Office, is now going to go through with you through the different documents that you have found when you came in. So there is the application form, and there's also the guidelines. So there's 2 different documents you will have here, together with a background folder also of the NSAs in Eastern So actually the national authorizing officer will be, both of you will now actually go through the different practical aspects of the application.
Hi, good morning all. Everybody's good? Gonna get some money? Hi, my name is Nicole Daniel, and I am the Senior Project Analyst in the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs. And Ms. Margaret Blackman, she's the Chief Project Analyst in the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs. We both work in the investment division, and we are responsible for any interactions that may go on behalf of the government for funding that's going to come from the international financial institutions such as EU who's present today. And we wish to thank them now for their contribution, for helping to assist and strengthen all the non-state actors that are out there. Well, as we all know, the whole basket program is 250,000 Barbados dollars. As Rodney would have said before, you have a maximum of each application for 25,000 Barbados dollars. Now, you don't have to do $25,000 for a project. You can do, as he said, $1, which nobody will do, but we can have 10,000, 20,000 Barbados dollars, whatever your project needs to get strengthened. Of course, if you do $30,000 or more, you must show how you will be financing that additional funds, so that we will be able to know as well that you can manage the project, and also that the funds that you will be presenting or you will be using will be for good uses. The total duration of the project for each person is no more than 6 months, right?
Okay, to continue, there will just be one grant per organization. As Nicole said earlier, the maximum is $25,000, and you must show the ability to cover any shortfall, as she mentioned earlier. Now, the grant cannot be used for the following reasons: debts and provision, or losses or debts, interest owed, items already financed, purchases of lands or buildings unless necessary for direct project implementation, and credit to third parties. Who can apply? Of course, persons such as yourself, non-profit, and or non-state actors active in Barbados.
Yeah, this is the section now where we will be scoring your applications on. So you should be very careful when you look at this grid, because once you see the scores allocated to the section, you would hopefully be in a position to put exactly what you think is going to be worth 5 marks, 10 marks, whatever. So as I said, I just advise you that just read the grid, read the questions, answer to suit, and make sure that you get the maximum points.
And the maximum information there.
Yes. So the first section is operational capacity, which is very important to everyone. We just need to know that you have the capability of managing the project. Of course, the relevance is also important, as you may know or you may be aware. The EU is now providing funds to us under the 10th European Development Fund, which is catered towards human resource development and skills development. So we have put this in so that it helps assist us in that area.
Before you go on from that, please ensure that when you're given the experience of the partners involved, you put all the qualifications and the certain areas that we're able to work with before, so that we can be better able to give you a maximum score where possible.
Okay, then the next section will be effectiveness and feasibility of the action. Make sure that your project is best suited for the eligibility items that we have for funding. Then we have sustainability. We want to make sure that you don't get $25,000 and then next week decide you're not going to do anything else further with the project, or the next year you just don't do anything. We need to make sure that whatever it is that you do, it will be sustained for a while, that will help the government and Barbados to a larger extent.
We can zero in on 4.3, where it states, are the expected results of the proposed action sustainable? That means, is there a follow-up action? We're going to do training. Are you going to do train the trainers to extend that training to other members of your organization? Institutional strengthening and so forth. And this is where the company sustainability aspect will be measured. So you need to make sure you fill in this column as fully as you can.
And the last part is budget and cost effectiveness of your particular application. You just need to make sure that whatever you budget for in your application, that it fits well with what you want. So we don't want, for example, you having some training session and then you want to go overseas and you want to go to St. Lucia and you have $4,000 for the budget just to go to St. Lucia for 2 days. It must be appropriately ratioed over so that, you know, it would be very good to get the marks in the particular section. All right, we go through the application form, which I am assuming that everybody would have probably have a copy or seen a copy before online, etc. Yeah. Of course, one would be the person filling out the application, and you would have the person who would be the contact person